Guys, obviously the next game, big rival. How do you guys discuss Clemson amongst yourselves in the locker room? PJ, I know you probably grew up, kind of around the rivalry, but Duane, how long did it take you to get here to find out the importance of Clemson and how fans view that team?
I think I didn't understand the seriousness of it until after the first time we played them in Clemson, and we lost my freshman year, and we came back, and it was just an unbelievable feeling from the fans and how I thought it was just a regular game, going to be a regular loss, but the way their fans made it seem and the trolling on social media to the way our fans felt for losing, it made me kind of feel like I was a part of the whole rivalry, and ever since then, I've kind of been engaged and connected to it, so I'm really excited to play them again.
Just growing up around here, I definitely understand the importance of winning that game. It's a big game. The next game is always the biggest game that we play, and that's kind of how we handle each game. We haven't really been talking about the name of the teams, but just the fact that that's our next opponent. So we know that that's a game we have to win, not only for us and for our record, but for the fans as well.
PJ, since you were recruited by both schools, have you noticed similarities to the way Frank does things, the way Coach Brownell does things, and how kind of the programs are run and that kind of stuff?
Honestly, I haven't really, paid too much attention to, how Clemson, runs things. Just a simple fact, because I'm here. I'm not really worried about any other school other than the one I'm at, and the University of South Carolina. So, in the whole recruiting process, I try to pay attention to the play styles, and I think they do have a different kind of feeling though.
PJ, Mike, and CD are going through that freshman thing where they're trying to stay out of foul trouble, and you've dealt with that. Well, what is it that makes first-year players so susceptible to foul trouble? Is it just adjusting to the speed of the game, or is it something else?
Yeah, definitely all that. The speed of the game, the physicality. It's a totally different ball game. And then, you're trying to stay out of foul trouble, but at the same time, you're trying to stay aggressive. So it's a hard thing to get equipped to, but it's definitely possible, and I see them doing a great job as this year go on.
Duane, having had Sin out for a while now, do you get the feeling that the younger guys have had to grow at a quicker pace than they probably normally would?
Yes and no. I feel like, with Sin being out, it gives them more opportunity to kind of be thrown into the fire like how we were our freshman year. But at the same time, like, we've said before, Sin is still around. He's still a positive voice, still leading, still getting reps in practice. So at the same time, he's still making those guys better through practice. So I think yes and no.
Duane, you went through a pretty cold snap in between Seton Hall and USF, but you got that first three in Tampa and then got three more. Just how good did that feel to kind of break that slump? And what do you tell yourself when you're kind of going through a spot where nothing seems to be going in?
I have guys like PJ who will always give me the ball no matter what and tell me to keep shooting. The coaching staff does like an unbelievable job of telling me to keep shooting. So I have the confidence and I guess the green light to keep shooting because of the work that I put in. So I know the ball, not falling in the game doesn't really affect the way I should be playing on defense or making plays for other people or getting rebounds. So I don't let that affect me. But in terms of what I say, I always tell myself I just need one to go in. I feel like once one goes in, I feel like I'll make every other shot after that.
This is for both of you guys. I guess how good was it to see the contribution from really everybody? You guys had a lot of balance, road game. And of course, Sin is out, but, Hassani was out as well. Kind of like a good, team win. How's it important for you guys, at this point in the season?
I think it was important. I think that's the question that everyone had for us. How could we respond to a controversy? And us having such a young team, only Duane and Justin as seniors out there on the court right now, and everyone else freshmen and sophomores. So I think it was good for our team, to show everyone that we have these guys that can step up and fill in some big shoes.
I think it was a good experience for the young guys, especially I think that was our first true road win. Our other road games were kind of like neutral sites, but at that opponent, we kind of played in front of their home crowd, and once they made runs, you kind of see how it shows how other schools' crowds can get involved into the game. So I think that was a good test for our young guys, and it's going to help us in the long run.
Obviously, and I know you guys don't enjoy losing, but to be able to lose early on, I mean, what were some of the things you took away when you went back and watched film? Is there anything that kind of was a little bit more eye-opening that you guys can hopefully move forward and just continue to work on?
Just that every play counts. That Seton Hall loss. When we went back and watched film, it was like, man, do we really play this bad? It wasn't South Carolina basketball, and we didn't come out and jump on the opponent like we usually do, and have that aggressive mindset, and you could really see it on film. Just being able to come out and play every game like it's our last, and with that aggressive mindset.
Looking at it, guys, just at this next stretch to finish up the non-conference season strong, how crucial is it to try to get through these next 3 games and have a good start before SEC play?
Like PJ said, the next game is the biggest game, so we just take it one game at a time. But like you said, it's very crucial for us to get these wins. Of course, we want to win every game, but we want to make sure that we play well and the best to our capabilities so that we can, kind of be sharp when conference play comes around.
Also, Geron Blossomgame, he's a forward, but he can shoot the 3. Hasn't done it that well this year, but you guys know he can shoot. How much of a matchup problem is he, especially for the guards?
Yeah, like you said, he's a big guard, big forward that can, play the 4, the 3, the 2, possibly the 5. So he has a great versatility of his game, and we just have to match that. And I think the coaches, our coaching staff will do a great job on preparing us for that, just as they've been doing, all season and last season. So, we'll be ready.